Here's a splendid 19th century 3-volume history of France by Martin. As you can see, it's in this beautiful period, half leather binding, marbled paper boards with marbled edges to the text block, the spine raised bands with contrasting Morocco gilt title labels, and this very nice, essentially almost an Art Nouveau floral linear gilt stamped patterns in the compartments. The end papers are also beautifully marbled. There's an early owner's private book plate to the paste down. There's this lovely steel engraved portrait frontis here. We see it's published in Boston by Estes and Lauriat. It's the history of France from the First Revolution up till the present time, with wood and steel plates by various artists. 1877, and here we'll flip through it to see that the errata slip is still here, and we've got this hand-colored lithograph map of Europe, and then we have this wood-engraved plate there. So we'll set the book down like so I can flip through it for you, and we see here very nice steel engraved plate. They all have tissue guards like so, and here is another one, Madame Roland, and then there are, for instance, these sorts of wood engraved, yes, the death of Marat. Yes, there we are. Let's take a look, like so. As always, in books of this era and type, whenever there are steel engraved plates, they would of course have been printed separately and then sent to the binder to be bound in. So what that means is they're all printed separately on heavy paper stock, which is different from the text paper stock. You have to remember, keep in mind, that this image was produced by someone, an artist, a skilled artist actually, very skilled, engraving on a metal plate. That plate was inked, the sheet of paper was pressed directly upon it, then lifted and hung to dry. Here we have that plate. Yes, steel engraved plates of the 19th century in books like this are, in my opinion, one of the great undervalued areas of collecting in the antiquarian book world. They represent tremendous value. They still are relatively inexpensive, and if you had to reproduce a plate like that today, it would cost you a small fortune. Here we have another hand-colored, lithographed map of Europe. And here we see again, nice, beautiful steel engraved plate of Napoleon. For an engraver to achieve this level of tonality and nuance between lights and darks on a single plate is no small feat. The face is really of the highest quality. Many, many of these wood engraved images here throughout. And we have this historical scene here, steel engraving, and then we've got like this, and like this one. Okay. Oh yes, the Battle of Waterloo, right there. Okay, and the final volume. They all remain like so. And whenever I'm opening books like this, my hand is always supporting the front cover. You never want to open an antiquarian book like this and just let the cover dangle. That's a terrible thing to do to a book, and that's the reason why sometimes front covers are detached. There's the author from old books, is that someone has done precisely that. And there's Napoleon III. Gotta love all the medals. That's how we know we're important in the world, as we have lots of medals on. Yes, medals and gold, tassels and so on. Signs of importance and wealth and prominence and dress up. Chateaubriand. And so this beautiful and well-preserved 3-volume set is now available online from me, Brian DeMambro.